Yes, my dear friends, very good morning. Good morning. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So first of all, welcome you all to discussion about one wonderful subject, paper 19, that is your indirect tax laws and practice. I know very clearly that every faculty will tell their subject is wonderful. And as a student, you always think that everything is wonderful. What is that which is not wonderful? But the fact is, the professional course what you have chosen itself is wonderful. That is realization, which is very important. See, one thing is very clear that there are courses, very few professional courses in India like CMA, which has got a different weightage, different valuation in the market. For a simple reason, because even today everybody believes that it's not so easy to crack this kind of professional courses. So obviously there is a lot of weightage and value given to that. For example, when you tell your relatives or friends, I'm doing BCom, the way they look at you will be different. The moment you say that I'm doing CA or CS or CMA, the way they look at you is different. The way they look at you is different because these relatives are somebody who think we can't do anything. And we should show them that we can do everything. That is the target, right? Everybody, yes or no? Wonderful. So this is Shiva Teja and cost accountant both. As I'm a CA and CMA qualified both. At the age of 21.5, I qualified both CA and CMA. And post that, I worked with a corporate for 2 years, the core taxation department in Big Four Tax. I worked for 2 years. After that, I started my own practice. Since last 13 years, I have my own office, Hyderabad, wherein I do practice of CA. And specifically, I work more on income tax and GST. There are other partners in my firm who work more on audit, but I've been in tax. My days start with tax, end with tax, lunch also with tax, everything with. That is how my journey goes on. Since last 13 years, the only thing I'm doing is tax. That's where I always feel happy to learn tax for a simple reason, because generally for some topics or some subject, if you learn once, that is enough. But for tax, if you learn once, that is enough only for that one time. Because second time automatically things will change. Correct, no friends? Because that great thing is called amendments. When that will happen, what will happen, we don't know. Night we have income tax at 1961. Tomorrow morning we get up, income tax at 2025. Wow. In GST we tell something is taxable at the rate of 12%. Next day morning notification will come, not 12, it is 18%. So much of dynamic, so much of ever-changing environment is there when it comes to taxation. That is where students should be on the toes to learn this subject called taxation, which is very important. Be it income tax or be it GST, the same principle applies, because there is always one statement, that is, we don't update, we will outdate. You all agree to that? Today are people busy in Facebook? No. No. Today people are busy in Instagram or Snapchat. What is that? Threads, whatnot. Some new things are coming. Daily something new is going on. Fact or not? Everybody, yes or no? In fact, honestly, I was once upon a time using Facebook a lot. After that, slowly when Instagram shifted, Facebook stopped using. But Instagram, whatever we are posting, automatically message will come. Do you want to share this on Facebook? Agreed or not? Now, why I'm telling this? Because that is how technology is evolving on daily basis. That is how technology is developing on daily basis. Let us say we talk for 2 minutes about a country called Dubai. Let's talk for 2 minutes about country called Dubai. Automatically after 5 minutes, when we open Instagram or Facebook, ads will come. Dubai cheapest rate flights 39,999. Dubai hotels at lowest rate. Did you observe that anytime? That's only reason because our phones listens to what we are speaking. That's how the meta and algorithm will run. You open Instagram, watch one video. What kind of video you have seen, all that videos only will come. You know very well what I should tell. You know very well about it. Correct? No. So why I'm telling all this? Because that is how technology is evolving. When technology is growing a lot, when outside world is progressing so much, it is very important that we should have command on what we are supposed to do. Correct? No? Can't sit and create the technology now. We can't create the techie persons. Neither we are somebody who will become a food blogger. Neither we are somebody, we might become a, what do you call that word, sir? Content creator. Possible, you might do that. I'm not saying that you can't do it. You might do it. But the whole point is, you have chosen a professional course like CMA, done with foundation, taken some effort, little effort. Don't tell full work we have done. I know what you have done. Okay? little effort you have taken, qualified that foundation, taken some more effort and qualified that inter, because inter requires some element of effort, but the greatest element of effort will come when it comes to CMA final. This is where your real test is there, because you are just one step away. There are only two possibilities now: qualify final, exit CMA. No other option. And you already crossed that stage of foundation and inter. At this stage, quitting is not the solution. The only solution is completing. And one more important point is completing only, but how fast we'll complete, that is important. Right? No, because the problem with this course is what, we never know when juniors will become seniors, seniors will become classmates, juniors will become classmates. Very common or not? We thought we would write in June. Our junior from our hometown, he has come. You only showed him hostel. You only showed him food. You only showed him mess. Everything you have only shown, and you did not pass. Next batch, both are sitting together. Imagine that batch also you did not pass. Go to the company, send your resume there. That is painful. Whether you accept it or not, that is painful. Our junior, we are in today's generation where facts should speak. He cannot tell what do you call that glory picture of only icing on the cake. That generation is done. Let's talk about the facts. Okay? I will talk only facts. Okay? No time pass thing. Literally, I will tell the statement. You all should accept to it. We always believe in something that everybody should be happy. And I should be more happy. Correct or not? Don't tell, even if I am not happy, everybody should be happy. This is bullshit. Nobody will tell that statement. Nobody will tell that statement. Even when you go to temple, you might add one statement, everybody should be happy. But first we'll talk about us only. I want this, I want that. If I get this, I'll give this. Exchange offers go, no? Exactly, nothing wrong. But you should put that effort to get that. That is more important. To trust yourself, believe yourself, and execute. Most important is the last word. Trust is there, execute is there. Last thing I will tell before I get to my subject is that to get motivation, hundreds of sources are there. Open Instagram, watch one video of motivation, continuous motivation videos will come. One fellow will tell, stand before the mirror, you are cat, but you should feel like lion. How can a cat become lion? You tell. Motivation is good, provided you execute, provided you work hard that way. Read, friends. Everybody, sir. Right? How many of you are writing exam in P26? Your hands, please. Some are thinking to raise. I was waiting. Thank you very much. Very good. 2026 June I never told. I told 2026. Don't worry. Here, no. So why I ask this question? I know that you are writing everybody all that only. But are you prepared in that way? Are you going in that direction or not is the whole question. Because we have 8 subjects to create. And our institute is daily they will conduct examination. Full press, full pressure, full stress. We need to tackle all that. We need to prepare that way. Already some subjects coaching done. Coaching done. But what we have learned? That is the question. Some will be there. Half classes you learnt in the classroom. Half you thought you will see video lectures. Videos taken but did not see. Some friends have cricket match. Some friends have movies. Some are Bob fans. Some are this fan. Some are that fans. Everybody have their own special private obligations. But out of all that special private obligations, are you doing what you are supposed to do? Because nobody is going to come to our rescue. Only thing which will help us is our effort, our success, our career. Okay? Last dialogue I will tell, then I'll proceed. The last dialogue is, when I told all these statements, you are all listening happily only because I achieved something. Correct or not? Tomorrow if somebody has to listen to you, you should also achieve something. Reality, fact check. That is very important. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to do this wonderful subject called indirect tax laws. I've been into teaching for last close to more than 13 plus years, and I've trained close to more than 25,000 students across various fields of CA, CMA and CS. And a lot of my students have secured ranks and very good numbers in the subject. Most of them would have been your friends only. You would have heard about me from them. Whatever you heard, I'll make sure. That is my job. Okay? Yes, sir. One thing I'll tell last, sir. Okay? Whatever we teach, teach same thing to all the students. but some are getting more marks, some are getting less. That is not because I'm teaching something more to them, less to them. Nothing. Everybody is equal for us. Everybody will teach the same. Everybody will put the same effort. So how much more marks you get, that clearly depends on your hands. Because I believe something. It is 75% students' effort, 25% faculty's effort. And without 25, 75 will not work. And only 25 will not be useful. 75 effort should be there. Because our relationship is clearly like a kite and a thread. How much ever height the kite goes, kite knows that thread is there. And people who are seeing thread is not visible, only kite is visible. Kite will feel happy that thread support is there. Thread will feel happy that kite is flying because of us. That's all we want. Okay? Thank you so much. So with that positive energy, let's start this beautiful subject called indirect tax laws. I will take class in the morning only every day, except special cases where something I'm stuck somewhere, I might change the timings. But general I'll take in the morning. The reason I need not tell, you know. I have office to go, so that's where I'll take always in the morning. Sometimes I may change the timings because of some emergency. If not, I generally take the class every day. Okay? Some Sundays, depends. Don't worry, we will see. We will see. Now don't think so much. Problem with the student, when I tell something, what will happen now? All extra thinking. Wonderful. Get back. Sir, generally any subject you learn, it is important from examination perspective and as well as knowledge perspective. But this tax subject is very important from exam perspective also. And tomorrow to do something, it's very, very, very practical. Very practical subject. So a lot of places to implement this taxation. And practically in the market, there is good amount of importance given to CAs as well as CMA when it comes to. And you should all feel happy that GST has come to India. The reason because after GST has come, opportunities for CMA have increased a lot. So there is a lot of vacuum or gap in the market to fill that gap between accountant and a professional. And to fill that gap, only professional can do that. So for that reason, you are valued a lot when it comes to taxation. GST has given a lot of opportunities to you to get some good jobs, to get some good opportunity. With that, everybody, I hope you have learned some basics cmainter with respect to GST and some basics with respect to customs as well. And I'm not really sure how much extent you learned, how much extent you have done. So what I will do is, I will teach everything from basics only. Do that, or should I assume that whatever was there in cmainter, you know everything, you are master in that? I will directly tell only final topics. Sir? They are telling 50% of them, sir, no sir. 10-20%, hello brother. All that we don't know, we passed. How also we don't know. They are in final, you teach everything. And 10-15 students are looking at me. Sir, whatever you want to teach, come, then go. But don't carry that mindset, sir. You should have that energy, please. Come with a positive energy. I'll fill that energy with tremendous concepts. That's my responsibility. Here, since first day of the class, I'm giving some motivation. From second day onwards, motivation will come automatically through subject. Automatically through subject. I'll ensure that I'll motivate. And by the end of the classes, if I don't make sure at least you tell 100 sections, it is my responsibility, sir. How much ever sections I'll make you tell, you will not even realize. That much section level, I will make you revise in the classroom. And there's no option left. You should revise. I'll not keep quiet. Yes, sir? Wonderful. Thank you so much. First of all, indirect tax laws and practice. Your syllabus, my dear friends. We have got two segments in our syllabus. One is GST. Second part of the story is customs. And customs is not custom. Don't worry. It's actually very interesting. Okay? And GST is worth for about 70 marks in our syllabus. And customs is worth for about 30 marks in our syllabus. That's how the paper weightage has been split, wherein 70% of the weightage being given to GST and 30% weightage is being given to customs. And in exams, sometimes 5% here and there will happen. Here and there means customs will not become 35. Customs will become 25. And GST will become 75. That is possible in exams. So many times I have seen that 75 GST has come, 25 customs has come. They'll not give more weightage to customs. Obviously, they'll give more weightage to GST because it is a day-to-day practice what we do in GST. Customs is not a day-to-day affair. Every day, I see so much in GST. I've done appeals, finalization, litigations, advisory, whatnot. We do a lot in GST. But customs, not on daily basis. It depends. When some client is doing imports, exports, something is happening, then only we apply customs. But GST is a daily affair. Right, friends? What is GST? Not tell good night. Thank you. It is not good night, sweet dreams, take care. It's a very good and simple tax. It is technically known as goods and services tax. Known as what, my dear friends? And services tax. Some people tell it as goods and service tax, but it is not goods and service tax. It is and services tax, not goods and service tax, and services tax. GST. Now tell me, did India invent GST? No, what is the meaning of the word invention? No, invention means creating something new. Discovered means already there we found out. Now tell me, did India invent a GST? No? Sure? Then how GST has come to India? Sorry? Somebody speak. Borrow from other countries, okay. India, we believe a lot in control C and control. What is the control C, control V? Copy-paste. Wonderful. That's so common in India. It is not that GST has been invented by India. It is way back in the 1954 only. France was the first country to bring GST. And after close to more than 160 countries have brought GST in the world, India brought GST. And the proposal to bring GST in India started in the year 2000. Yes, sir? The year 2000, the proposal to bring GST in India started. And 2003, they formed one committee by appointing one person called Mr. Vijay Kelkar, one top economist. They appointed one Vijay Kelkar economist to study how will the GST have an impact in it. Is good or bad. And in 2004, they told that GST is good for India, we'll bring GST in India. 2010, that time finance minister, Mr. P. Chidambaram, told that we will definitely bring GST in India. GST is very good. That's what he told. Understood, sir? Sir? Then in 2014, know that Congress government has told bye-bye and Lotus has come. You know that, no, sir? BJP. So there's a dynamic shift in the political system which has happened. So because of that reason, I'm not supporting any party, but because of that reason, silently GST was kept aside for a few years. And in 2006 and 2014, when the government has changed, at that time, finance minister was Mr. Arun Jaitley. And he told very clearly that we will bring GST in India. And at that time, GST is not good. But first time they only proposed. So political system is in India. You tell something, I will tell no. I will tell something, you tell no. Dialogue will change based on where you are. Simple. So 2016, they brought model GST laws into India. And they have amended the constitution. I'm sure you all know this. Everybody, are you aware about this or not? Yes or no? Cmainter heard something like this? Now I have a question. What is constitution? Don't tell by the people, for the people, of the people. That is democracy. What is constitution, I asked. Yes, sir. You shared, friend. Set of rules and regulations. Simple. Everybody knows the answer. Tell positively. Come on. Set of rules and regulation, which will be a guiding principle for bringing any law in India. Constitution will give the rules and regulations. Now my question to you. why was there a need to amend the constitution to bring GST? That to bring any law, we should amend the constitution. Don't tell yes, sir. Bro. On the side. Why was there a need to amend the constitution? No idea? Okay, let me tell the point. To change the old law. That to change the old law, to replace the old law, there is never a requirement to amend the constitution as such. But to amend the constitution, there was a very big reason behind it. That is, constitution, seventh schedule, constitution and seventh schedule, there are three lists. Union list. Tell, come on. Ah, wonderful. Now answers are coming. Union list, state list, last one, my dear friends. Concurrent list. Heard, know this one point? Now tell me. Union list contains what? Union list contains those matters on which power is there with? Very good. State list contains those matters on which power is there with? What is concurrent list? Concurrent list contains those matters on which power is there with central and state together. Now I'll tell the point. Prior to GST law, there were some taxes which were levied exclusively by central government. Prior to GST law, there were some taxes which were levied exclusively by state government. But there was never a tax in India, I repeat, there was never a tax in India which is levied by central and state together. Prior to GST, what is the point, sir? Some taxes levied only by center, some taxes levied only by state. But there was no tax in India levied by center and state together. For the first time in the history of India, they brought some tax and giving dual power to center and state to levy it together. That is why it is called dual GST model. Heard this word, sir? Which has been taken by India from a country known as Canada. From Canada dual GST model, we brought same thing to India. And to convince that center and state, to give that dual power to center and state, there was a need to amend the constitution. Constitution was amended in order to give dual power to center and it is not so easy to convince center and state telling that we'll give dual power. Because prior to GST law, there was a lot of story which has happened, which we'll talk in detail. Dear friends, this is about how GST has come to India. In 2016, when all these amendments were proposed, finally it has become the Act in 2017. And GST has come into India with effect from 1st of July 2000. Exactly. That will celebrate as GST Day in India, 1st July 2017. That is where GST has come into light. Make sense, guys? Please reply. Very good. I'm going to spend a lot of days with you on GST, and after I complete GST only, I'll spend a lot of time with you on customs. Yeah? The plan of approach clear for you? One more important thing I want to tell you before I proceed is that your paper pattern will be 30 marks. They'll give it as MCQ, wherein they'll give 15 MCQs of 2 marks each. Then after that, they'll give 7 questions and ask you to answer any 5. So sweet of them. They are sweet, still we are blaming. Come on here. Answer any 5. 5 into 14 marks comes to 17 marks. The interesting point is, this 14 marks will not be one question. Generally, they have their right to do whatever they want. Sometimes they'll do 7-7. Sometimes they'll do 5-5-4. And I've also seen 6-4-4 also. So whichever they want to ask, they will ask. That 14 marks question, they will split it. Here. And since MCQs are there, they have got all the right to cover all the topics. And I feel very sad and very pathetic, that is when students try to mug up some MCQ. And any faculty tells, this is MCQ book, study this, MCQ come from this one. That is nonsense. There's nothing like that called MCQ revision, MCQ discussion, MCQ book and all. I don't believe in that personally. I'll tell the reason why. Because MCQ is not something which you're learning something new. It is subject only, which is coming in the form of MCQ. So please come out of that mindset that 30 marks MCQ will score at least 20-25 marks. Very good. You will score that way. But your focus should be first on subject. Subject is clear, MCQ will answer. That should be the approach. Correct, no? Everybody, yes or no, sir? So please believe that approach. You do. MCQ discussion, you do. MCQ book, you do. I will also give you one question answer book which has MCQs, which has also covered CMA Institute MCQs. All that I'm covering. As a matter of duty, I'm covering. But I will never tell this MCQ only study, matter is over. I'll not tell that. What if something new comes? Who will take that risk? They are dealing with it. Correct, no, friends? Never tell that statement. Are we clear? I good. And in our class, my dear friends, I'll give you two materials. One is your concept book. One is your concept book, which has close to about 300 pages. That reaction you give your institute material. Almost close to 1199 pages, if I am not wrong. 1300 pages, wonderful. Now you, with great effort, you carried. 1300 pages is a material which I brought it in a simple manner to almost 300 pages, covering all the concepts. It is not that some concept is not there. Everything is there in a concise manner, wherever possible, with some good charts and diagrams. Everything has been properly covered, including circulars, notifications, and some case laws. At final level, we also have some case laws in our syllabus, which we need to learn. That also I have covered. Close to some 300 pages concept book I have given, which I will discuss in the classroom. In the class, we will learn along with that only. And I want you to carry one small notebook along with this, which required, I'll give some notes for you. Wherever required, I'll tell some points, which I want you to write. Okay, friends? Brief answer. Apart from this concept book, I'll also give you a question answer book, which contains questions and answers along with MCQs. This is close to some 440 pages. So actually more than 500. I tried my best to make it below 400, but I couldn't make it. So I brought it at 440 pages, which covers question and answers. Almost all the chapters are covered. All varieties of questions are covered. And few questions from our institute material also. And few from past examination question. And few self-created question. And 3-4 questions from ChatGPT also. What is wrong? Told ChatGPT, cover one question, including time of supply, value of supply, place of supply, all combined together with some confusion. And it gave. And after it gave the question, I modified that question according to my style. Problem is not in using AI. You should know how to use that also. Directly it will give some question, you copy paste, you are gone. Because it will give crazy answers. I myself have this much terms of experience where I'll ask one question to ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude, it will give some crazy answer. Then I will tell, as per entry number so and so, notification 12/2017, this is not the answer, this is the point. Then it will reply, yes, you are absolutely right. Then why did I ask you nonsense? Then after I ask a question, one time out of curiosity I asked, if this is the case, then what is that nonsense answer you are giving? Then it replied, sir, before you continue, please read bottom what we gave. Bottom, when you open ChatGPT or AI, bottom they'll give, ChatGPT can make mistakes, please check. If you want, you check. Not it can make, it will make. That is a fact. But some are using therapy. One fellow I saw, one student I know, he lost his girlfriend. Lost means not gone. Breakup. Breakup happened. And not gone here, no fort, no pushing. Not that way. Not that way. For that episode, forts became famous here. And boys are scared. What boys? They are to see how happily they are telling. So, the point to the story, that's what. So, coming back to the story, what I was telling was it? That boy, he lost. This you'll remember very well. So, one boy, his breakup happened. Then he was asking ChatGPT, when will I get next girlfriend? How should I take care of myself? ChatGPT or one more girlfriend for you? One question, that fellow was typing in front of me. Then I asked him to type again. How will I get best girlfriend so that my life will be wonderful? I made him type that. That fellow typed. Then ChatGPT replied, first to make your career successful, automatically things will happen. Then that fellow saw my face. Go there. That is reality. ChatGPT did not make mistake that time. Yes or no, sir? Career first, sir. Everything will come automatically. I believe something a lot. Always enjoy your life. I enjoy my life a lot. I enjoy my life. I have 2 children, family. Life is very settled. Office, practice, teaching. I balance my life a lot. But something very important is that when you are doing something as a student, you should enjoy your life. Watch movies, have fun, entertainment, games, sports. Everything is important in life. Enjoy everything. But when it's time for study, you have to study. Let's say you planned 2 hours you study. You study for that day. Whatever happens, happen. You should study. Planning should not get disturbed because of something else. Enjoying, you enjoy. Study. That balance is required. Correct? No, sir. You are going to movie theater, then thinking supply section 7, composite supply section 8. Why did you go to movie then? Enjoy, boss. And when you come to the class and sit, if you think about movie, it is bullshit. Don't do that. Which place what you have to do, that only you do. Okay, sir? Here, sir? Very good. So I'll give you 2 materials. One is your concept book. Second is your question answer book. Both will come to you very soon. I'm not sure when, but I'll just check with them when it will come. Very soon you'll get the material. Okay, guys? Everyone? Good. Shall we start? So, are we going to deal with GST first or customs first? What is GST full form? Which country introduced GST first? France. Which country model India adopted? Thank you so much. Don't tell France model. India adopted Canada model of GST, which is technically known as dual GST model. Center and state together will levy and collect the GST. Some basic question I will ask. Okay? GST, a direct tax or indirect tax? What is direct tax? Don't tell that statement. Don't tell that statement. Direct tax is levied directly. Indirect tax is levied indirectly. Don't tell that. Please. Final student answer. Levied and collected. More posh answer? Should I? Direct tax is a tax where impact and incidence is on same person. Indirect tax is the tax where impact and incidence is on different person. This question will not come in exam. Don't worry. But I'm asking because finance student we should know. Come on guys, repeat again. Direct tax is the tax where impact and incidence is on same person. Indirect tax is the tax where impact and incidence is on different person. Impact means what? Who is liable to pay. Incidence means what? Who actually pays. Impact means who is liable to pay. Incidence means who actually pays. In case of income tax, person who is liable to pay, person who actually pays, both are same. But in case of indirect tax like GST, restaurant, there is a customer. Who is liable to pay GST is restaurant owner. Who is liable to pay GST is restaurant owner. But they actually collect from? Wonderful. So there is concept of that word I want. One more word. Shifting of tax burden. Know this word? There's a concept called shifting of tax burden only in case of indirect tax, not in case of direct tax. Now GST is direct tax or indirect tax? Definitely GST is an indirect tax. So no. What is GST full form? Very good. GST has come to India when? 2017, 1st of July. Now tell me, prior to GST, first day today, I'll spend some time on introduction to, and from tomorrow directly I'll get on with a topic called supply. Talk in detail. Yeah? But by the way, before that, I'll do a small thing. Then I'll get back. Then in your syllabus, the topics what you have goes like this. You can just look at here once to understand what topics you have in your syllabus, because already you are familiar with what is GST basic, you know. So you have first topic called supply. Don't think that we learn only section 7, 7.1a, 7.1b, not that much. There's a lot more detailed discussion about this. Case studies will come, supply discussion will come, non-taxable supply will come, exemptions also will come. Exemptions is one such topic, 100% question will come in exam. You know exemptions, no? Because there in cmainter also. And half of them would have left in choice. No? You studied? Something? Remember something? What is telling? There, correct you told. Something we learned, something we remember. That means everything is gone. We'll learn everything once again? Very good. We'll learn all the exemptions. Dear friends, there are two reasons why I tell everything from the basics. Two reasons why. Because something, situation is like this. Some student might learn very well, but they forgot. Some student might learn little, wrote little, after exam completely forgot. Third category, some student has learned, they remember everything, but the problem is in last 1 year, lot of new points have come. That is also there, no? The exemptions are there. We learn in detail. We have concept of deemed supply. We have concept of reverse charge. What is this word reverse charge? What is the meaning of that? Just simple line, simple you tell, enough. Recipient is liable to pay. Perfect answer. Detail will talk, but generally who is liable to pay GST is supplier. Reverse charge is cases where recipient is liable. Some points are very important. We'll talk in detail. Next, notifications on exempt supply. Circulars. These circulars notifications were not there for you at inter level, but final level it is there. One more point, analysis of advance ruling. That is nothing but your some interesting case laws. Now what is advance ruling? There, normally when there is a fight between the taxpayer and the department, go to appeal. Go to appeal. Appeal also not happy, we go to High Court. High Court also not happy, Supreme Court. Supreme Court also not happy, don't be happy. Already you went to Apex Court, what else option you have? But there is something called advance ruling. There is an authority known as AAR. Don't write anything, just listen for some time. AAR, which stands for Authority for Advance Ruling. It is there in income tax also. Already you heard about this. Authority for Advance Ruling. But income tax purpose is different. GST purpose is different. In income tax, the purpose is primarily for non-residents to go and find out whether it will be taxed or not taxed. But here the purpose is totally different. But Teja got one doubt. Whether GST rate is 18% or 28%. What is the value of supply? What is the time of supply? Whether it is taxable or not. Exemption will apply or not. Should I take registration or not? All these doubts have come. What are the options I have? You can go to chartered accountant or you can go to cost accountants and ask the question. Now CA, CMA, we are all very smart people. Whenever a client comes to us, what answer we'll tell? We will tell, sir, this is the answer. As per law, this is the solution. And this should be the solution. Tomorrow something goes wrong. Will you tell, because of me only it happened? Will you tell that, sir? We are all smart people. Will tell, I told you the law. They interpret it different way. What can I do? So we are professionals, no, sir. The doctor will write one medicine. Along with that, he will also tell, if the medicine is giving some reaction, I will give you some other medicine. The doctor only is telling that we are professionals, we can't tell. Starting, I told you reality. Come back. So the point here is, so this is an authority called Authority for Advance Ruling. Whenever any taxpayer has got any doubt with respect to the tax, rate, exemption, registration, he can go and approach this authority and take a ruling. Name only says advance ruling. Meaning is what? They are taking in advance. So that tomorrow there will not be any litigation. So yes or no, sir? So for example, our friend is there, liked one girl, but he is doubtful whether parents will accept or not. Before proposing girl only, he is going and telling parents. I like that girl, should I propose? They told, which stick you want? Huh? No stick, chappal only. Bamboo stick, okay. I'm just joking, fun. Are clear with that, no? It's like that. Advanced, simple layman language, I told you that. So, in GST law, that's an authority where you go for advanced ruling. So, here, what is the point? Analysis of some advanced ruling. There are some 9 to 10 advanced rulings which are there in supply. 1 point came in last attempt. Before I continue. This is your June 2026 paper. You can see here 15 questions into 2, which is 30 marks, which is MCQ. Okay? We'll solve this also in the classroom. Don't worry. Any question will solve. When concept you know, everything can be done. Because there is nothing called or difficult. Only something called known and unknown. If you know it is easy, if you don't know it is difficult. I will tell tax is easy because I know something in that. According to me, I will always tell costing is very difficult because I don't know. Then today I don't understand standard costing. What can I do? Everyone will have their own mindset. God knows it. Students should not tell. We should learn everything. 15 marks, MCQs. They are actually very simple and easy. Comfortable paper it was. I'll make sure you also tell that. Not now, later. Now if I show you'll be looking at these MCQs. This was I was talking about. Answer any 5 questions out of 7. 14 marks each. 14 into 5, 70. Here, this question is about one advanced ruling. You can read the question with reference to advanced ruling. Discuss along with reason and decide whether supply of external battery with UPS with composite supply or mixed supply. You know these words, no composite or mixed. We'll talk in detail when time comes. Naturally bundled, not naturally, we'll talk in detail. There is one case law called Switching Evo Electro Corporation. On that case law question has come. 7 marks. You write everything, but don't write the name. You do 4 marks or 5 marks. 2 marks gone. I hope you are clear why I have shown this paper. I have shown this paper only to tell you that this advanced ruling are also important. Okay, guy? In our material, they are also covered. Everything is. Next. Second topic. Time of supply. First topic is not just a supply. In first topic, we will cover supply also, exemptions also, reverse charge also, composition scheme also. Lot of points will cover there. Next is time of supply. You know this time of supply, no? Level it was there. But here they put something in the bracket. That will talk. Including some studies and advanced ruling. One more interesting topic called place of supply. This was there at inter-level, but final level it is more advanced, more detailed. And short question is coming in examination. Case study. Valuation. Again you can see something. But I'll teach you from basics. Don't worry. I'll not tell basics. I'll teach you from next topic name. Input tax credit. 100% very, very important. There cannot be a question paper without this topic. Yes. Next. Zero rated supply deemed export. A new topic at final level. TCS, important topic. Payable. GST refunds. It was not there at inter. It is there at final. Very interesting topic. GST returns. Accounts and record. Annual return and GST audit. I will show you practically how GSTR 9, how GSTR 9C looks, what are the columns involved in that, how do we fill it, and which figure will come from which return. I will show you all that linking. Practically I have done so many years, so I'll teach you practically only. Not just for practical knowledge. Exam also question. See this question. Reference to GSTR 9, explain who are not required to file data which are auto-populated in GSTR 9. So clarity is required from where what is coming. That's where I'll talk with you in detail about this. Yeah, guys. Everyone, practical I teach you. It will help you for exam also, practically also. That makes sense? Next topic. This topic I am not going to teach because this will not come in exam. And it is not relevant practically also. Why? What is the topic name? 10 years back only we transition. Yes or no, sir? 2017 GST. This is talking about what you know. Before GST, if there was some input tax credit, how did we take that into GST? After 10 years, will any question come on this? That is nonsense topic. Since last 5 years, no question is coming from this topic. And it should not come also. So it's over now. How long will you talk about that? Understood? Then, very, 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 very important topic. 100% question will come. Demands, assessments, appeals, advance ruling, offences, penalties. All final level topics. For interesting topics, you will enjoy. And to make you more engaging and to make it more interesting, I will show you practically my client GST notices. How they look, how audit notice will come, how do we respond to that notice. All that I will show you practically. I'll remove my client name, remove the GST number, and I'll show you. Okay, no, sir? Not a problem will come. Adjust. Inspection. Search. We are all Indians. We love this topic called search and seizure. A lot of movies we see, no, sir? Break the locks. Open this window. Cash falling. Currency coming out. What is it? Lot of movies are there on this. Whether it is Telugu movie or Hindi movie, so many movies are there on this concept of search and seizure. And whenever that kind of scene comes, our goosebumps will start coming. Come on, break that one also. That also. Everywhere you will find break ceiling also. All cash will start coming. And I don't know why. Whenever that search happens, when we see that episode in a movie, when we see that episode, when cash is coming, we feel so happy. Not our cash, no. Very correct, no, sir. Next, inspection, search, seizure. Next one. Very important topic. Coming in exam so many times. And what's sir? Prosecution. How long they'll put in jail? Sir, in GST they'll put in jail also if you do some frauds. You want to type in Google GST fraud. A lot of news articles will come. They have played left and right with GST. And GST went on doing amendments. Sir, why people apply so much brain, you know? People don't apply so much brain in accounts, but people apply a lot of brain in tax. The reason because in accounts, if you do something wrong, it is a matter of compliance. An entry went wrong, you rectify that entry, it is your books of accounts. It is your own internal books of accounts. But in GST, something goes wrong, your pocket will burn. Money is there, no? So where money is there, brain will work more sharp. Where money is involved, your treatment is different. Simple. The reality. Money speaks, no doubt about it. Almost 99% things will happen with money. So with money, 99% of the job will be done. 1% depends on a lot of other parameters. But 99% work will be done by involving money. That is whenever money is involved, outflow of cash is involved, a taxpayer is very much cautioned. He'll be very, very careful. One topic called anti-profiteering. One more interesting, not anti, hello. What is it, sir? Anti-profiteering. What is anti-profiteering? I'll tell you one simple line. Sir, let us say there is a place called CC. Cafe coffee day. Coffee, sir, coffee. Okay? Coffee is 100 rupees coffee. Okay? 5 rupees GST. Oh, wait a second. 100 rupees coffee. 18 rupees GST. Total is, sure? No calculator? Wonderful. What government has done is 18% GST they changed to 5% of government. Now tell me, why did government reduce the rate? Why? Whenever rates are coming down, why will government reduce the GST? Tell sir. To reduce the burden. Burden on whom? Customer. And better word instead of customer, I will tell consumer. Correct? No, sir. But what this fellow has done, made coffee price as 113, GST 5, total 118. That concept is called anti-profiteering. We have a committee called anti-profiteering committee, which clearly says that whenever there is a reduction in rate of GST, that benefit should be passed on to the consumer. You should not put that in your pocket. Is understanding here? So these are the topics in our GST. And one more topic is called walkthrough of GST portal. What are the columns which are there? What are the fields tab, payments tab, refunds tab? All that I will show. You understood my practical knowledge? I will show. Small thing for me. Okay, sir? That's about our GST syllabus. Custom syllabus, one super duper topic. 100% question will come in exam for 7 marks almost every time. The topic is called valuation. Class will solve a lot of questions also. It was there in intro also. But final little more advanced. But we'll talk in detail from the basics. Don't worry. I will teach. Customs procedure, baggage. What is baggage? Any idea? Luggage. But this is not normal luggage. When we go to foreign, while coming back to India, we might get our some luggage, sir. Luggage is not our shirts and pants. While coming back, we might have purchased something and come into India. Chocolates, phones, laptops, gold. Gold. Lot of articles we might buy from foreign while coming back to India. You cannot bring that free of cost. In India, you should pay something called baggage duty. What is asking? Sir, limit, we'll talk. The rate, we'll talk. Then what are we doing, sir? We are understanding what is there in our syllabus, so that we are get ready for the race. Okay, sir? Baggage. Beautiful topic. Practically, we'll talk a lot. Next, manufacture in bond. That is called, whenever goods are imported, you have two options. Number one, take the goods. Number two, you tell them that please put in warehouse. I will come back later and tell. That concept is there in detail, which we'll talk separately. One more topic called duty. Draw. What is that word? Draw. That means whatever we are paid, we are getting back. Why? Listen. Shiva Teja is a manufacturer of remotes. And to manufacture this remote, I imported some raw material from foreign. I used that raw material and manufactured remote. This remote I am exporting. Government is very, 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 very happy. Why happy? Whenever you tell the word export, government is extremely happy because foreign currency will come to India. But you tell me what Shiva Teja is telling, you are so happy, You tell me I use raw material, I manufactured this remote and I am exporting. You are happy. But raw material what I used is what raw material? Imported raw material. While importing, I paid duty, You are so happy, Then whatever duty I paid, give me back. That is called duty draw back. Title is clear. Ask, sir, how much, sir? When, sir? We'll talk. Today, what we are trying to do, understood, no? Today, we are just getting ready. What is there? Sir, important, no, sir. Warm-up session. Sir, I don't know about you, but I will tell about me. Something important I will tell. Whenever I go to any marriage or function or any birthday parties or no, I generally go only for food. The reality. Don't tell blessings, wishes, all that biscuit here. Primarily we go for the food only, which is what we enjoy. Correct? No. Enjoyment is there, but primary element is food only. Whenever I go to marriage or any function, what I do is, I directly don't take my plate and start eating. What I do is, first I will see what are all the counters which are there. First I will see Italian, Chinese, foods, here tea, coffee, here roti is there, here curries are there, here rice is there, all that I will see. Then I will tell my brain, what do you want to eat? 99% my brain will tell, you eat this much, you eat this, you eat that, close your lunch, close your dinner. close your dinner. That way, that much I will plan before starting eating. So as a student, when you're studying, you should plan, no, what you're going to study. 1% at times so happen where I don't see anything. Extremely hungry. Whatever is there, you eat. Rest all secondary. Correct, no, sir. But as a student, plan of approach is required. You should clearly know what you're studying. Don't know what you're studying, what is the use? Because after I tell all this, no, today after going out, once class is over, when you go out, yourself you'll feel happy. Hey, in our syllabus, that is there, this is there. Do you know that? Do you know this? That happiness will come. So that is required, sir. We should enjoy what we are doing. If not, there is no point. I can teach you very seriously, I can teach sitting like this only. Then I can teach, but you'll not enjoy. What is the use? Fun should be there in learning. That's where you enjoy. When we go to a movie, why is that we remember every dialogue and every scene? The reason because our ears are active, eyes are active, entire body is focused. 2 minutes we go late to a movie already started. That fellow, this fellow is gone. Yeah, what happened? You don't ask. You'll ask, no? For a 2 minutes movie, what you missed only, you are so cautious asking what has happened. In class, something what you learn, you should be very careful. You should know very clearly what is happening. That sync should be there. You should never go out of sync. Here, understood what is duty, draw, back. Idea you got, no? Next. One more topic called customs. Import of goods at what rate, sir? Name only says concessional rate. You can import goods at lower rate. Which case and all we'll talk in detail. One more topic called remission. The remission basically means waiver. Waiver of duty. Imported goods are damaged. You pay the duty. They'll waive the duty. Next topic called refund. Which cases will get refund, we'll talk. Next. All three together, we will call it as foreign trade policy. To promote exports, to give incentives, there are various schemes which are proposed by the government, including one scheme called SEZ scheme. SEZ stands for Special Economic Zone, and government has given some schemes like duty-free import authorization, advance authorization. A lot of interesting schemes are there in our syllabus, and they also keep coming in exam sometime. Dear friends, that is the story of our syllabus. I'm pretty confident and sure we understood what we are going to learn. Clear? Everyone, sir? Very good. Today, we'll also discuss one more thing called introduction to GST. Not there in your good material because they cover that inside supply topic only. Okay, guys? Tell me, guys, which country introduced GST first? France. Which year? 1954. India introduced GST when? 2017. Date 1st of July. Now tell me, prior to GST, what were the taxes? Wait, one by one. Somebody told VAT. What is VAT? Why was it levied? It was levied on what? Goods. What goods? So there was something called VAT. There was something called CST. CST is what? Central sales tax. VAT was levied for intra-state sale of goods. CST was levied for interstate sale of goods. VAT was levied for. CST was levied for. I have a question before we continue. That question is, there is one person, Mr. in Telangana state. There is one person, Mr. B, is also in Telangana state. There is one person, Mr. C, is also in Telangana. He is supplying goods to be for 1 lakh. And we are talking about pre-GST. Please tell me, pre-GST, what kind of tax will come? VAT. Assume for a second, for simplicity, VAT is 10%. What's the figure? 10,000. We sold to C for 1 lakh 30,000. What will come again? VAT. Assume for a second, same 10%. How much it comes to? Now tell me, from B point of view, what is the VAT payable, sir? What government told us? Right. What is the output VAT? Correct, no? How much is the output VAT? 13,000. No, 13,000 first. From that, you reduce something called input tax. Then please tell me, what is input tax credit? Input tax credit is nothing but the tax what you already paid on purchases. Simple meaning. Simple meaning. We'll talk in detail separately. How much is the figure? What is the net payable? Example clear for all of you? This example is clear. The main question I have now. My difference. A is in Telangana state, B is in AP, it's also in AP. Okay, guys. Sold for 1 lakh. What will come? What will come? Can you please tell me what is CST full form? Well, students should not have a reaction on their face. Sir, why you are teaching this? I have a strong reason why I am teaching this, which you will realize in 1 minute. 1 minute you will know why I am teaching. What is CST? Central sales tax. At what rate? Assume 10%. Assume. Simplicity. How much? AP, BAP, CAP. Let us say sold for 1,30,000. Same figure. What will come? VAT. VAT at the rate of 10% comes to, tell me guys, from B's point of view, what is the output tax? 13,000. What is the input tax credit, my dear friends? Output tax 13,000, correct. You are right. Input tax credit. Sorry? 2. Somebody said IGS. He wrote, we are not in GST. We are in prior to GST. Why we are talking IGST? Will come, sir. After 10-15 minutes, we'll go there only. We are in time machine. Back to 2016. Tell, sir. Huh? 0. Okay, I'm going to have to say 0. Raise your hand. 4 5 hands. I'm going to have to say 10,000. Balance. 2 minutes back, you gave reaction in face, no? When I wrote this 13,000, 10,000, this Chunnu concept sir is telling. That reaction you gave, no? Why all the small points sir is telling? Now tell. Madam. What does that mean? Don't take anything. I should not take any answer. You don't know. Okay, very good. Yes, sir. Blue shirt friend. No idea. Last green shirt friend. 0. Madam, here. Last. So, you didn't raise hand then? And sure. Come. Special entry. Answer is writing, sir, writing. The answer is 1 second. Okay, let me write the answer. The answer is 10,000. Because input tax credit is nothing but tax paid on purchases. How much we paid? 10,000. That will take it as input tax. Like that, you should not. % answer is what I told 10,000 on purchase. Now I'll tell why I gave this example. Reference important. The CST stands for Central Sales Tax, which is levied by central government, collected by state government. That too, it was always taken by seller state, not by buyer state. The CST was levied by center, collected by state. And that too, it was taken by which state? Bro, which state? Now please tell me here, when B is selling to C, I repeat my question. When B is selling to C, what tax is coming? VAT. Levied by whom? State name you tell, no? Levied by AP. Collected by? Very good answer. Now when A is selling to B, what tax has come? CST. What tax has come is CST. Levied by whom? Central government. A. Levied by whom? Central government. Collected by whom? State government. Which state will take? Speak out. Telangana government, seller state. Now AP government is telling, for the tax what you paid to Telangana government, why should I give you input tax? This was the big problem prior to G. One biggest problem. One more biggest problem prior to GST was also there. The one more biggest problem also I'll tell. After 1 minute I will tell. So understood biggest problem prior to GST? Speak out. So you buy from different state, you are paying GST. This state is telling, for the tax what you paid to that state, why should I give you input tax credit? The logic only no, sir. Sir, example I'll give, so that in your language you'll remember this. Sir, layman example I'll tell. Let us say you went to have breakfast. You wanted to have dosa. Okay? There are two tiffin centers, one beside each other. Very common here. They are beside each other. One place dosa is fantastic. Another place chutney is fantastic. You went to that place where dosa is fantastic and told him buy one dosa, and you paid him money. Took that dosa. That same plate you took like this. Bhaiya, chutney. They give, sir. Pepper. Obviously, he will not give for a simple reason, because what he will tell, where did you take dosa? There. Where did you pay money? There. Why should I give you chutney, sir? Logic only, no? But in exam, don't write dosa, chutney and all. That is only for understanding. But the concept is what? The concept is what? For the tax paid to Telangana government, AP government is not giving input tax credit. This was one big problem prior to GST. That is cross-state availability of credit. Credit was not allowed between the states. One problem. One more interesting point. Prior to GST, there was also something called service tax, which was levied on services. Shiva Teja, prior to GST, I paid service tax also. Okay. For 2017, I paid, sir. But 2011, I passed, sir, long back. So I paid service tax also. When I paid service tax, I went to one shop. I purchased one laptop. On laptop, I paid VAT. Laptop, what I paid? VAT, which is levied by state government. Service tax is levied by central government. The service tax was levied by central government. I told them, whatever VAT I paid on laptop, I will take it as credit and set off with service tax. No, sir. They told, nothing doing. That is center, this state. Both are different. This was one more biggest problem. That credit was not allowed between goods and services. Now since last 10 years, whatever laptop, whatever iPad, which I am using now, whatever I purchased, on everything I have taken tax. Because after GST, on services also GST only, laptop also GST only, iPad also GST only. And whatever GST I am paying, I will take input tax credit, because I am using them for business purpose. Just for personal purpose, credit will not come. That we'll talk in detail separately. Some cases credit will not come even though business. That is called block credits. What is this word? Blocked credit. Name only says blocked credit. Credit is blocked. We'll talk in detail. What I was trying to tell from beginning of the class, that from basics I will teach. Understood? Here, why I went before 2017, you understood? Now you also tell, before 2017, what were the other taxes? Tell. Exercise. Exercise, thank you, it is not exercise. Excise duty, it was levied over? Levied on? It was levied on customs, sir, that is imports. Excise duty was levied on manufacture or production. Next. There was something called entertainment tax. Entertainment. This is also gone now. When you go and watch movies, we are paying GST. First day more GST. Ticket price is more, no? More value, more GST. Next. There used to be something called luxury tax also. When we go to star hotels. Next. There used to be something called tax on betting, gambling, for lotteries. Very good. There used to be something called entry tax. There used to be something called tax on advertisement. So all these taxes have been replaced and they made one nation, one tax. You heard this dialogue, no? One nation, one tax. That is, when the GST has come to India? 1st July 2000. To bring that GST, was Constitution amended? Yes. And why was there a need to amend Constitution? To give dual power. That is the answer. Don't tell just like that. Okay? They brought Constitution. Brought Constitution. Brought Constitution. 122nd Amendment Bill 2014. What is the meaning of this word 122nd? That means already 121 times they brought bills. 122nd time they brought for the purpose of GST. And this Constitution 122nd Amendment Bill has become Constitution 101st Amendment Act 2000. Took 2 years. How 122nd became 101? By mistake I wrote. Then not every bill will become act, because every bill to become act to be passed through Lok Sabha and then signed by Modi ji. No. President. Exactly. Then it becomes act. Lok Sabha is what house? Lower or upper? Lower house. Upper house? Lok Sabha members, how will they become member of Lok Sabha? By election. Thank you so much. Rajya Sabha? Exactly. Lok Sabha members are elected. Rajya Sabha members are nominated. I hope you know this. That may be there. That knowledge you should carry. Sir, professionals, you should have practical knowledge also, not just book knowledge. Install some good news apps in your phones, not just Snapchat, Instagram. Also have some good news app. Use every day. Know what is happening outside with respect to business, with respect to politics. Have a good idea, have a good knowledge. Correct? No, don't just think in my village one fellow hit other fellow. Not that. This. Okay, guys. See, once good. So Constitution 122nd became 101. After that 2017, sir, every state was required to pass their GST bill. Every state was required to pass their GST bill. And the biggest point is, once upon a time, for example, A, B, C. A to B, what was levied? GST. Levied by whom? Perfect answer, central government. Collected by whom? Which state took money? Seller state. Correct? No, sir. Don't tell supplier. Seller. GST when we come supplier. What is that word? Seller state. That is what is the concept. So once upon a time, the concept of taxation was origin-based taxation. What is that word I just told? Origin-based taxation. Origin is what? Seller state. But in GST, from origin-based taxation to destination-based consumption tax. What is this word, sir? Destination-based consumption tax. So tax will go to that state where goods or services are consumed. That is why it is called GST is a destination-based consumption tax. The point is what? In GST, money will go to whom? AP. Yes or no, sir? B2C money is going where? AP. Manam. Over. Yes or no, sir? That is why in GST, can we take credit? Yes. Because GST is a destination-based consumption tax. When this proposal has come of GST, when Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha passed the act, every state was required to pass their respective GST law. And lot of states in India told we will not support GST. Especially states like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Karnataka rightly said, all states told no GST, we will not support. Why? They lost their revenue. Correct answer you told. Because Tamil Nadu, now you got the logic behind this. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, they are all more of manufacturing states. The majority clothes, what you are wearing are manufactured in Gujarat. Tamil Nadu is a huge manufacturing hub. So these all states told we will not support GST. No, don't want. But they had to keep quiet because at that point of time in 2016, majority states in India were controlled by BJP. Because of that reason only GST has come. Credit is, I'm not praising BJP. What I'm trying to tell you is, since the majority states are controlled by one political party, it has come. Karnataka shouted. Then they told, no, you have to listen. They compromised somehow. Maharashtra shouted a lot, but Maharashtra was also controlled by the same political party. They told, okay. Finally, one state which shouted the most was Tamil Nadu. Nothing doing. Amma told, who's that Amma? Jayalalitha. This whole story happened. Lot of political drama happened. At that time, she passed away. After she passed away, one person called Pannir Selvan, he became CM that time. And political stability in Tamil Nadu shaked like anything. How different. But shaked like anything that time. So that time it was shaky like anything. Nobody knows what is happening in Tamil Nadu. So for that reason, they also kept quiet. Finally, they told all states accepted. But states put one condition. All states put one condition, telling that we will all support GST, but should not touch alcohol. Should not touch alcohol means not drinking alcohol. Should not touch alcohol means states told we will support GST, but don't take our power to tax alcohol. Because alcohol liquor for human consumption is taxed by state government. States told we will all support GST, but we should not touch alcohol. Are you understood, sir? Everybody, yes or no, sir? And the first state in India to accept GST was Telangana only. Because Telangana is a tremendous consumption state. Here manufacturing is not much consumption only. Especially this is more consumption. They told, this is not, our hero told what, he asked only two questions. Number one, are they touching alcohol? No, sir. Second question he asked, are we manufacturing? No, sir. Accept. And the moment we told accept, AP told, hey, what they told? Accept. Okay, we will also accept. Everybody accepted. Telangana, Goa, and AP, all the states one by one, all of them passed their respective bills. Respective state GST bills. As on 1st of July 2017, all the states in India have passed their GST bills except Jammu and Kashmir. So as on 1st of July 2017, GST was applicable to entire India except Jammu and Kashmir. And Jammu and Kashmir has passed their state GST bill on 8th of July 2017. 8th of July 2017, they passed their GST bill. That is where this word called one nation, one tax Let's come to reality. Like a movie, no? But that is. I got the clarity, no? The whole idea behind this is basically two reasons. One, to get clarity as to what has happened. Second, we should also have that interest towards the subject. When you know only we get the interest, no, sir. What is the point of watching Bahubali 2 without Bahubali 1? In Bahubali 2 also, in while titles only, they show the entire movie of Bahubali 1. Logic is simple, no? Sir, I saw that Durandar movie, sir, in theatre. What has happened with me is, Durandar 1, I did not see in theatre. Somehow I missed it. After Durandar 2 has come, one day before movie release, I saw Durandar 1 on Netflix. Next day, I went and saw Durandar 2 in theatre. That feeling was what? Goosebumps were coming. I was feeling that I want one knife. That feeling was coming for me. Because I know that emotion, no. Yesterday, previous day night, I saw Durandar 1. Next day morning onwards, I'm not joking, I'm seriously telling. Next day morning, I was waiting when clock will take 7:30. Because 7:30 was my show time. Night I saw, no, night 9 to 12:30, 3.5 hours movie. Till 12:30 I saw that movie and slept. Morning. Not normal emotion. Tremendous emotion was there. To waiting and seeing. And I went with my friends to watch the movie. My friends are normally seeing the Durandar 2 because they saw 1 year back Durandar 1. For me, emotion was very much different. Are you correct, no, sir? Sir, we are all Bale Babu fans. We are powered by emotions. You don't know Bale Babu? Fans Association? Very good. So get back. So the whole point is, if we get a clarity on what has happened, we'll get clarity on subject. That's the reason why I told all the story. And this is not story, this is what has actually happened. Are we clear with this? Everyone, sir. Now indirectly I told one concept. That is, GST is a tax on supply of all goods. Okay, sorry. Then one more line, then I'll come there. Under GST law, don't use the word purchase. We don't use the word sale. We have only one word, supply. If it is supply, then only GST will apply. GST will apply only if it is supply. I'm sure you understood what is. If you understood supply, then only you will apply. That's the beauty of supply and. Yes, sir. So now coming back to discussion. GST is a tax on supply of all goods or services or both. Repeat again. GST is a tax on supply of all goods or services or both, except alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Don't stop at alcohol liquor, because not every alcohol liquor is human consumption. Some alcohol liquor is used for different products also. Here, sir. Everybody, sir. Come on, repeat that dialogue once again. GST is a tax on supply of all goods or services or both, except alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Are we all getting clarity? One, sir. All of us, sir. Very good. So in GST law, my dear friends, under GST law, we don't use the word purchase, we don't use the word sale. What is that word we use, sir? Supply. Outward supply, inward supply. Henceforth, classroom, I don't want to listen to the word called purchase or sale. I want only the word called supply. If it is sale, we'll tell outward supply. If it is purchase, we'll tell inward supply. Are we all okay with that? And Article 6, Clause 12A of the Constitution defines what is GST. What is GST, guys? Already I told. GST is a tax on supply. Supply word you don't forget. GST is a tax on supply of all goods or services or both, except alcoholic liquor for human consumption. One more time, please, for my happiness. GST is a tax on supply of all goods or services or both, except alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Dear friends, all of us out, and there are two types of supply called intrastate supply and interstate. So now tell sir. Now our answer. Intra-state supply. What do we charge, my dear friends? GST and or GST and UTGST. Union Territory will charge UTGST. And some dangerous friend you told CGST and IGST. Yeah. So what is the answer? Normally CGST and SGST. So if rate of GST is 18%, how much CGST, how much SGST? 10 and 8. 12 and 6. 6, 50-50, half, equal, no doubt. Okay, very good, equal. There is no question of half, there is no question of 60-40, 70-30. It is always equal. Here. And if it is interstate supply, we will charge IGST. What is IGST full form? Integrated Goods and Services Tax. And if 18%, directly will charge 18%. Correct, no? Suddenly we will listen sometimes that 18 became 5, 5 became 28, 28 became 30. Rates will change, no sir? Will change that? Any change in GST law, sir, is always done by central government. Change in GST law, sir, is done by central government on the recommendation of GST Council. What is this word, sir? Speak out. GST Council concept is given by Article 279A. And for IGST, the article is 269A. By the way, let me ask you one question. GST amount who will take? Central government. SGST? Now IGST who will take? Don't tell both. The answer is, it is taken by center, then it is shared with the state. Which state they will share? That what recipient state here. Consumption state, perfect answer. Don't have recipient state, consumption state. Because GST is a destination based consumption tax. That is, tax will go to that state where goods or services are consumed. Tax will go to that state where goods services are consumed. So coming back. GST Council. Now my question to you guys, come on. Who will be there in GST? There, GST Council, there are members from center side, members also from state side. Center side have Union, Finance, act as chairman of GST Council. And we'll also have Minister of State, MOS, Minister of State for Finance, like Deputy Finance Minister. You know that, no? In every ministry, there is always something called Ministry of State. That is something like Deputy. Understood? There are 2 members from center. Only 2 members from the center. Who are the 2 members? Union Finance Minister. Other one? Minister of State for Finance. From center side, we'll have every state represented. Don't tell finance minister. Some states CM are only sitting, some states some other person is sitting. Dear friends, so who will be there in GST Council? Center side, Union Finance Minister, Minister of State for Finance. State side, now listen. Quorum. What is quorum? minimum number of members to be present to make the meeting valid. Quorum is half of total number of members. At least half of them should come to make the meeting valid. Next. Center has got 1/3 weighted vote. How much is center weight, sir? 1/3 weighted vote. And all states together. What is the word, sir? All states together, they have 2/3 weighted vote. Center has got how much weight, sir? 1/3 weighted vote. And all states together, there is 2/3 weighted vote. And to pass resolution. Resolution means what? Resolution means to take some decision. Whatever it is. To pass some resolution, there should be 3/4 majority. Sir, this is the beauty, sir. This is the beauty actually. Why beauty? Because center weight is how much? 1/3. 1/3 is how much percent? 33.33. All states together how much? 66.67. But to pass resolution, how much we want? 3/4 majority. That means what? 75%. So center alone or state alone cannot take any decision. If any decision has to be taken, if any resolution has to be passed, center and state together should join the hands. Only then resolution will be passed. Hence understanding? If any resolution has to be passed, then center and state together should join the hands. Are we all getting clear? Everybody, my dear friends. Please, sir. Now let me take an example and close this concept. Small example will be for some decision, center said yes. That means what will happen? How much is done? Dates, sir. 24 are present. How many present? And 12 said yes. 24 are present. 12 said yes. Now my question to you. Solution. Yes, sir. Is it passed? How many have to say yes? How many have to say no? Balance? No feelings and emotions. Come here. 100% answer is no, my dear friend. The logic for that is all states together. What is the weight they have? 2/3. 2/3 is the weight they have. 2/3 into 12 divided by 24. Understood? 24 attended. 12 said yes. But they have a weight of only 2/3. It's coming to 33.33%. Total center and state together 6 point. Resolution is not passed because it is less than I'm sure we got a clarity. Everybody, sir. Doubt. So what is Article 366 12A? definition for GST. GST is a tax on supply of all goods or services or both, except alcohol, liquor for human consumption. What is Article 269A? IGST, levied by center, collected by center, then shared with the states. And which state they'll share? Already I told, consumption state. Then what is Article 279A? GST Council. Are we clear in this? See, once, what we'll do is just points in introduction to GST. Some basic points. Let's go through this and complete this. Just few basics out of whatever I told you now. Tell me guys, what is tax first of all? Question. Tax is nothing but a mandatory fee levied by government. And there are two types called direct and indirect tax. Tell me what is direct tax? Impact and incidence is on same person. Indirect tax, impact and incidence is on different person. Correct, no? And I'll tell one dialogue always. Direct taxes are progressive in nature. Indirect taxes are regressive in nature. Oh, you know this. Very good. Why we say progressive? Because higher income, higher tax, lower income, lower tax. Because there's a concept of surcharge also in income tax, extra tax collected for high income. More than 50 lakhs, not more than 1 crore, 1 to 2, 2 to 5, above 5. Surcharge rates are different based on income level of the person. Correct, no? Done. What is GST? GST is a value added tax levied in supply. It is a test-based tax. And this line is important. GST facilitates continuous chain of what? Tax credit. And the tax burden is always on the, obviously sir, manufacturer to wholesaler, wholesaler to retailer, retailer to consumer. Every stage credit will come. What is the stage where credit will not come? Consumer. So he will bear the burden. Sir, logic simple sir. Let's say we went to medical shop to purchase medicine. That fellow told 100 plus GST, 5%. 105 rupees we paid. Manufacturer when he charged to wholesaler, wholesaler took input tax credit, no? Wholesaler when he supplied to retailer, retailer also took input tax credit. Everybody took credit. Finally they are collecting 105 from us. Consumer. Are you able to take credit? So always ultimate burden will fall